no secret. It's plain to see.
It is 1:01 in the Pacific, Monday, the 29th of August. I can't believe where we're at right now in time. I'm going to give this a minute or two to see if other people are going to be joining us. I hope so. I had part one of this yesterday on Instagram because over the weekend I got this download about how this is, well, it was the new moon, number one. We just got into waxing crescent, but it was the new moon and really an awesome time for manifesting. Let me get into YouTube here. See if we're simulcasting here on YouTube. I said that. So let's just see here what we got going on. Nope, there I am. Special show. Are you ready for love? There we go. So anyhow, got this download about, over this yesterday and today being these prime time days for manifesting, but specifically about relationships, which is really cool. And so yesterday we had our and I am on YouTube, you guys. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can go into the chat. I am seeing the chat. Last week, I wasn't paying. It was weird. I can't even explain what happened last week. I couldn't see the chat. I thought I could see the chat, but I couldn't. And there was actually somebody there. Hey, Sean. Hello, Sean. Hello, everybody. Starting to come in. Hey there, Karen. Karen's on YouTube. Hey, Marwan. Or Marwan. I always have a hard time with those M's and W's. Thanks for joining me. Happy Monday, the 29th, everybody. I was just talking about how yesterday we had part one on Instagram. It was super fun. A lot of people joined in and it was really long, actually. I think I started at 1 and we ended at 5 something. And unfortunately, the first couple hours of the stream on Instagram got lost. And what happens a lot of times, I guess, well, not usually just in being in a live. That was the first time, but the energies were so intense. As soon as I started, about an hour and 15 minutes in, when I started with the oracle messages and with Katie, and then as soon as she picked the unicorn oracle and the unicorn started coming in, it got really intense energetically, and it started messing with the feed, and then it would calm down a little bit after a while, and then I would go through, and each person, I did 3 people, each person was pretty long, and but good information for everybody to have, and I just go with it. So it'll be 20-30 minutes specifically with one person, which is how it ended up yesterday. But with each person, it would get really intense. But before we even got to person 2 and 3, when we were with the first one, at some point it glitched out and it just lost the feed. I'm used to that on Instagram. If I do spirit walk, the meditations on Instagram, so I just don't do them anymore because I know it's going to happen. Luckily on Fireside, it's a strong enough system. I don't know how that all works. You would think that Instagram would have a pretty strong system, but it's been like this for years and it has not changed. Every time I try to do a meditation, it will glitch out. And so I just don't do them there anymore because it's really disorienting for myself and for everybody who's traveling with me to just basically fall out of the airplane. So I don't do that, but I thought it'd be safe just to do the feed on Instagram yesterday. And that's really where I have the most engagement with my followers, where people will just come in and join in. And so I love it. but it's not very reliable. So the first 2.5 hours of that, where I get into all like the nitty gritty of what's going on and everything. So if you missed it, you missed it. I really can't get all into it. Hopefully you caught it yesterday on Instagram. But basically the gist of it is this time right now between new moon and full moon, the full moon's in Pisces, is going to be extremely intense for manifestation, starting with yesterday. So this is both good and bad, meaning, or positive and negative, depending on how you look at it. Because of the fact that we have this heightened energy for magnetism and magnetizing where we're resonating, what we're focusing in on, what we're wanting to do and to accomplish. If we're targeted in a really intentional way towards what we want to bring into us in a really positive way, we have this extra amount of magic going on right now. However, the flip side of that is if you are thinking or in a headspace that's negative, if your vibration is low, if you're worried, if you're anxious, if you're stressing about things, then most likely those things that you're worried and stressed about are going to happen because you're really putting that energy through. Now, this is the case for any day of the year. That's just the way that it is. However, there are times where we will experience a heightened sense of magnetism to us. So, and this will be usually felt by just increasing synchronicities, and that's probably the best way to notice it, is just a height, just like more things kind of all coming together about certain things, just called synchronicities. Also, angel numbers and number codes, stuff like that will start happening more. Just your overall sense of awareness on things, because the veil is a lot thinner. Oh, do we have a whole do we have this bot thing going on? Yep. Sorry guys, didn't realize that was going on there. So if you were hearing all that, I apologize. My volume for some reason was turned all the way down, so I couldn't hear that, but I saw his mic going on and on. And I'm also not seeing my phone being charged, so bear with me here 1 second. Make sure this is what's it doing? Yep, this should be working. Of course it's not. Of course. Bear with me. Nope, doesn't want to charge. Really? Really? Yeah, really. Really doesn't. There we go. Oh my goodness, this thing is bitchy. Gotta be in a very particular way. There we go. Hello, honey. Thanks for joining on YouTube. I appreciate it. So looks like we have Sean and Karen and Adrian and somebody else. I'm not sure who's there. So check in on YouTube if you're there. So anyhow, just it's a really magnetized time right now for manifestation. Hey Sonia, welcome on Fireside. Nice to have you here. We are getting into what this is all about going on, because this is where I say special show. Are you ready for love? I I normally have a show at this time, 1 o'clock on Mondays. It's my Evolve Now show live with Infiniti, where I go over an energy update and do an oracle card reading and a spirit walk, astral guided meditation, channeled meditation, I should say. It's all channeled. So that is all in play, but the difference is I definitely have a theme that we're dealing with right now, and that is, are you ready for love? Because if you are in a position in your life where you are settled and grounded and healed and cleared and open and all the things, and you're not a hot mess looking for love, because that's a disaster waiting to happen. We did talk about this a lot yesterday in the Instagram live. Oh, and by the way, kind of to go back to that really quick, the first part of the Instagram live was just gone. But the second part did survive. We made it all the way through. It did kind of glitch out a few times, but it didn't dump, and it is saved on my Instagram profile. So you guys can go back and watch that second half. So there is that. So I just want to let you guys know about that. So anyhow, this time period, when it comes to magnetizing a relationship, magnetizing somebody to you. Hey, Kathy, welcome. It's prime time for that. And it's just because of all the energies that are going on with, we had new moon from Friday to yesterday. We're in waxing, waxing crescent starting today, and building up to that full moon in Pisces on the 10th of September. We have Mercury retrograde on the 9th. We have the 9/9 Stargate for 11 days through the 19th. And then we also have the full moon in Pisces on the 10th. So it's a lot going on there at that time. Of course, we'll talk about that more as we get closer to it, but it is something to really pay attention to. And Pisces specifically is the most intuitive, the most psychic, the most emotional and romantic, as far as being in that divine union kind of in between worlds sort of energy. I myself am a Pisces moon. If you are a Pisces moon, you're definitely going to be feeling these senses heightened, these abilities being kicked up, depending on where you're at with all that, starting with the new moon and through that full moon. And then we're going to bounce from that full moon to the next new moon. So basically what I'm getting at here is the next month is really intense psychically, energetically, for manifestations, including abundance. So the energy of a lot and abundance is really coming in starting now, to really manifest for yourself. What do you desire? What does your heart desire is really, really important to think about, and really tapping into that inner child as well. And I know that might sound weird when you're thinking about love and tapping into, for your inner child, but your inner child really helps you get real about what makes you happy, what turns you on, what gets you excited, what gets your eyes wide, what gets you sitting up and leaning in, those sorts of things. There's things in our life that are definitely less that, and there's things in our life that are definitely more of that. And when it comes to this whole thing with manifesting love, and while there is, side note here, while there is this more targeted intention or targeted energy on romantic divine union, certainly that has come in through this, it does include all soul family. So if you are ready for love in any way, ready to open up your heart, collaborate, partner, open up to be friends, open up to share your space, your life, things like that. And things should start like that first with romantic partners anyway. You don't just meet somebody and bam, you're in this world, deep romance. It should start with most certainly a friendship. So having that intention to start off with is really what you want to have anyway. But definitely if you are intending or opening up your heart saying, yeah, but I'm looking for that romantic partner, that love partner, that standing on the street corner and in an embrace and, because it just takes you over kind of thing, kind of love that you're totally vulnerable with and you can just lean into and feel really validated and supported and understood and seen and heard and all the things that really should be part of a romantic relationship. Of course, also there's chemistry, there's passion, there's shared interests and the opening up for learning about new things, what that person's interested in and getting into that, what you're interested in, and then sharing those things and finding what that creates with between a couple of people is very exciting. And if that's where your intention is ultimately, then you want to be thinking in terms of that too. Any soul family that's meant to come in and be with you, definitely will be magnetized to you. But instead of just being open to soul family reuniting with you, you need to be really intentional about it. There's a difference between like saying, if somebody wants to buy my house, I'd consider selling it. And hiring a realtor and putting a sign out front and listing your property. And, those are two different things. Being open to selling it and actively seeking a buyer are two very different energies. And it's the same thing with magnetizing soul family into your life, and especially a partnership, a partner, a divine union type person. So I need some tea. Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, so let's start with that. Having that understanding of, if this is what I'm looking for, this is the mindset I have to have going forward. Because for me, I was just like, I'm open. I'm always open. Like, somebody wants to buy my house, they can let me know, but I don't have not actively seeking a buyer. That's where I was. But it was a paradigm shift for myself in the recent weeks that it is time to now be active. Things have changed. There is this energy coming in. It's like it was just a trickle of a creek kind of thing. You could just imagine, like, you've seen creeks or rivers that like aren't really doing much, and then they open up the dam, and then there's the flow, and woo, everything's going. The force of nature, of moving that energy, just comes through big time. And that's basically what happened. I'm getting this vision of like an elevator rising and finally getting to the floor it needed to get to, and the doors open, and then whoosh, all this energy comes through. And that's where we're at right now. The beginning of that is happening right now. And so I was guided to go, oh, wow, okay, let's pay attention to this and let's set this up and let's really magnify this energy for ourselves and really take advantage of that. And that's kind of the point of a lot of this stuff, is to know about it so we can use it. And it is truly use it or lose it kind of thing. Either you're going to partake or you're not going to partake. You're going to be drawn to knowing about this stuff and doing things about it, or you're not. It just is what it is. So what I want to do now, and I have this on my computer so I can take a look at this. First off, when it comes to looking for love, and magnetizing love, soul family love, so soulmate love, twin flame love, all of that is soul family. And then we have, so that would be romantic partnerships, and then we have the platonic partnerships that are friendships, collaborations, and stuff like that. So usually when we get into the zone of wishes, I guess you could say, because this has a lot to do with the energy of wishes. I wish for blank, blank, blank to happen. I wish to have this. I wish for this to happen, or whatever that it is. They're really, if we were to break it down, they're wishes. Then I think that's a much easier way to think about it. And of course, you're going to be wishing for things that are good for you, wishing for things that are going to feel good for you and be good for your life. And as children, we have no problem declaring wishes and making wishes and talking about, I wish this and I wish that. And as adults, we kind of get out of that because we are afraid that we'll be let down, that wanting something, having those desires will lead in being disappointed. And that's something that is really important to bypass, that abyss of darkness and dark energy that really, it's like before you get there, you're already taken out of it because you're like, well, what if I really want it and then it doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen by the time I want it to happen or how I want it to happen and things like that. Then you're just afraid you'll be disappointed, and then you'll be upset, you'll be sad, and that needs to be deleted. That programming needs to be deleted from your operating system. So how to do that? How do we go from being cautious about our wishes or not wishing at all because we're afraid that we won't get what we desire, to fully embracing that process? How do you do that? And the answer is faith and trust that your guides and guardians, Mother Gaia, the angels, the archangels, all of the divine counterparts that we have is going to be in full support of you, because that's good for you and it's good for the collective. The more love and divine unions, real, true, loving, committed, creative, energized, passionate couples that we have in the world working with Mother Gaia and their guides in a really intentional, open, connected kind of way, the better our entire collective is going to be, period, because we're cultivating this energy in the collective. I think that is just common sense. It's a little woo-woo, but it's really common sense how that would be a thing. And just know that you are going to be supported, that you are going to be given what it is you desire. But you have to take the steps to make that happen as well. And part of that, again, is faith. Having faith in all of that, all of it, and of course yourself, that is something that is going to be welcomed by you, that going to make space for that in your life, that whole thing. So commitment to the cause through faith and trust and love is number one in the recipe for magnetizing love to you. So whether it's soul family for social business or soul family for romantic business, it's soul family unification, all under the one umbrella. And I'm being guided to kind of go off and just a side note here. So you can say to yourself, let's say you're a professional, you have a consulting business. I'll use myself as an example. I am a ascension guide, a healer. I work with people one-on-one, mostly in what I do in their healing and ascension programs. And what I could do is just say, I want clients. I want clients for my business. I want people to hire me. That's probably what most people do. They say, we want to manifest clients, we want to manifest business, we want to manifest revenue, we want to manifest customers, that sort of thing. Which makes sense, right? But when you take it to this soul family level, then that's going to enhance the situation infinitely, because you're not just saying, I want anybody and everybody, whether we're match or not. Or you can say, I want family to show up to this party that I'm hosting. I don't want random people coming in who don't belong here with me. I want soul family here. And that's what I do for my practice, for what I'm meant to do. My soul mission is directly connected to soul family. And everybody who is guided to work with me is soul family. And they know it and I know it. And it's wonderful. If you go to my website, it says that. My deal is to magnetize soul family, to unify so we can work together like we always have. And I can help you get healed, cleared, connected, and on your ascension path in a really empowered way, because we already know each other. We've been around the block together in all of our, not maybe all of our incarnations, but in a lot of our incarnations, and we're just picking up where we left off, kind of thing. And that is a completely different experience and relationship than with somebody who doesn't have that connection with you. So to imprint that onto what you're thinking about when it comes to manifesting who's going to come into your life, and then be committed to it, that whenever you think of it, whenever you process this through, that's what you're going to be doing, that's what you're going to be focusing in on, is magnetizing, manifesting situations, paying attention to your guidance, doing what you're told to do, how you're led to do things, without resistance, without needing to know all the details, without having to, have this illusion of being in control, because you're literally not. And so if you go through that with that sort of understanding and that energy, that commitment for yourself, then that's going to really help. So that's number one. Okay, let's move on to number two, is ask yourself what you want in a partner. What do you really want? And again, if this is a platonic, you're seeking to magnetize platonic friendships to you, really think about how the person makes you feel, more than anything, more than what they look like or what kind of things they're into, anything material or anything superficial. You want to bypass that and really get down into, how do they make you feel? What are they like? What are the qualities that you want in people that are gonna come to you? And I actually, I should have brought it up, but I'm not going to try to find it right now. A while back, last year sometime, I did a multi-slide post on Instagram that that had, I think it was 21 or 23 qualities that I'm looking for in magnetizing soul family to me. And this is what the people are like, what the person is like, and how they make you feel, and why you want to have them in your life. And examples would be, they're loving, they're kind, they're generous. They make me feel special and beautiful, and they really care. They're very caring towards me. They're very nurturing. They are very supportive and motivating, stuff like that. Any of those types of things. And you can get, they like nature. They're really into hiking. Like, think of the things that you like to do. Think of the way you are in the world, what's important to you. And truly, you don't want the exact, copy of that. But to really be compatible, it's important to have things in common in different ways, in very different ways. So those would be the next thing. Make a list of all the qualities that you want. And this is super important, making this list, really writing it out, and whatever comes, like, free automatic writing, just letting your hand go, just letting it all come out, what it is that you're looking for. And don't be afraid of being specific. And nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table. And really think, if this is a romantic partnership that you're looking to magnetize, really, take yourself to the bedroom with this person. Imagine yourself naked in bed doing lovemaking things, and how you want to be in that situation. Not that it's always going to be the same, obviously, but and what is that like? What is that person like romantically, sexually? Do they have a high sex drive? Is it, whatever that is, and be honest with yourself about that. And one thing that I would say as a side note, really promise yourself that in this next relationship, especially specifically for romantic partnerships, that you're really gonna open up sexually and intimately, and not be afraid to vocalize and communicate what it is that feels good, what it is you want to explore, what maybe traumas you've had in the past, what blocks you may have dealt with, how you may have healed from different situations, experiences, relationships, things like that. That is only going to increase your intimacy when you're at that level, and there's nothing better than that. So there you go. So that would be number 2, and 3 actually together. 2 and 3 to me is ask yourself what you want, and 3 is be the qualities that you're seeking in someone else. Be those things. So, if you're going, well, I want somebody responsible and financially stable, and he's drug-free and doesn't smoke and is a vegan and is really in shape. Are you those things? Does that, you know what I mean? Like, he's charitable, he does charity work. Do you do that? Like, really think about what it is you want to attract, and that is what you are too. You're healthy, you're centered, you're grounded, you have you can sustain, and you're independent. You're not looking for this because you need somebody to take care of you, or to fix your hot mess in any way. We talked about this yesterday. If you're like, oh yes, I'm looking for love, but like your life is a hot mess, how about you don't try to bring somebody into your hot mess? Like, that's not good for anybody, first off. So that's something to really consider. Number 1, that you have taken care of your business of what you need to do to be the cleanest, shiniest, put together, balanced, inflow representation of who you are now. And if you're like, oh, well, I would like to, get lose 20 pounds or stop smoking or stop this addiction, whatever it is, or get my life more together, get rid of some people in my life, clean it up in some ways. That would really be better before I have a relationship. Yeah, it would be. yes, definitely. So again, be the qualities you're seeking in someone else. Are you vulnerable? Are you caring? Are you loving? Are you supportive? Do you have the capacity to be that for somebody else, which you want for yourself, basically? So that is step number 3. And then step number 4, feel the love you want in a relationship before the relationship even exists. Now, this is a part of the magic that is the hardest, because you really have to feel the results and see what that's like. Like, get into a meditative, imaginative state and think of yourself being in that relationship and what that feels like. So you just want to allow yourself to feel what the happiness, the joy, the love, the excitement, the passion that can be in you when you're connected in a relationship with somebody else, but they're not here yet, sort of thing. And even being committed to that. I was talking yesterday about how I decided over 10 years ago that I was going to commit to myself and my future divine union partner, that I was going to be celibate and really take care of myself on every level that I possibly could, to be as in alignment, as connected, as healed, as grounded, have my life just in the most perfect position that I could get it to, not taint it with bringing people in that didn't belong, not share my body with anybody, because it became truly a sacred temple that only a certain person is going to be able to get into, quite literally, from that point forward. That was my commitment to this person that I didn't even know yet. So I've been monogamously committed to my future partner for a very, very long time. Now, I know for most people that might be just bonkers. But I knew that that's how it needed to be for me. I needed to feel committed, feel connected, feel that I was, because I know that I am. I know that even though I'm here and they're wherever they happen to be, that it's just, we're just doing what we need to do, baking the cake before, slice of cake goes on plate, sort of thing. And that for me to be in a state spiritually, physically, energetically, that is without anybody else in this intimate space, was going to be the best thing I could do for myself and for my future partnership. That's really taking it to the nth degree. And everything that I've done since I awoken, since I became aware of this whole thing, was to have that as part of the component in my life, to think about that as well. How, being this embodiment for a union that is destined to be, and doing everything that I could to set myself up to be this most pristine, healthy version of myself for this future romance, this future union. So part of it also is, a lot of it also is romancing yourself, adoring yourself, cherishing yourself, loving yourself, appreciating yourself like you want somebody else to do with you. That's humongous, because if you don't feel that way about yourself, then those energetic currents are just flat, and you're looking for somebody to come in and make them move and be ignited in your world, which most people do. And this is why they really are upset when they don't have a person in their life, because they don't feel that for themselves. They need to get it from somebody else. So a big part of it is when we feel like we need somebody else to complete us, to make us whole. And that's not the case. The true most important divine union that can possibly be is with yourself, connected with yourself, with your body, with your soul, having that be a thing for you in a really solid state. And then that way you're ready for somebody to come in and just pick up what you've already been cultivating for yourself and just magnify it with their own feelings for you, and vice versa, of course. So that's a huge part of it, is how you feel about yourself, and creating a life for yourself on the inside and on the outside that represents you being in love. You being in love with yourself, you being in love with your life. And think about what that does to the people who observe you, who feel you, who are connected to you on a soul-based level. That is absolutely, positively massive. If you feel like shit, you feel like a loser, nobody loves you, you're worthless, blah, blah, all of these things, then who's going to want to be with that? Only people that feel the same way about themselves. And then you have a real hot mess, because both of you are seeking things in the other that you can't possibly give because you don't feel that way about yourself. And that those relationships never, ever, ever work. Ever. What does work is to cultivate a certain life and energy within you and around you that screams, I love my life. I love me. I love everything about what I am and what I do. I support myself. I motivate myself. I cherish and appreciate myself. Know how special that I am. I have boundaries. I take care of myself. I don't put a bunch of shit in my body or shit in my space. I honor myself by having good relationships, etc., etc. And that is going to be what magnetizes to you. And again, this idea of being in love with yourself, being in romance with yourself, that's something that my guides and guardians came to me with like many years ago, about 7-8 years ago, and said, how about you really think about dating yourself, and who are you when you're dating somebody? What's that? Because that's a different person than who you are when you're single. What you eat, you're just your basic routine. And I never really I knew that not that I acted, it's not an act, but that I got in a different zone. Like, oh, I'm dating this person, I'm going to make this beautiful dinner, and I'm going to really make, my room's going to be clean, and my sheets are going to be clean, and the bathroom's not going to be a mess. And, my life, my home, what I ate, what I dressed, what I looked like was different if somebody was in my life versus when somebody wasn't in my life. And I think a lot of people are like that. There's our single selves and our coupled selves. And I was definitely in that, and then it was like, oh, wait a second. So I should act like I'm dating somebody, and the somebody is me. Yes, buy yourself roses, buy yourself flowers all the time. Cook yourself this amazing meal for you to eat. Why do you need somebody else to eat wonderful food that doesn't come in a plastic box that isn't processed and says lean cuisine on it? Because it's just you and you don't want to go through the hassle of just doing that for you. What the fuck? What is that? That's putting someone so above you that now you can start, and doing things on a level because now they're here. And I was like, holy shit, you're right. Like, think about all the things and all the ways that you are when you're coupled versus when you're not, and then act like you're coupled when you're not. Make the meal, clean up after yourself, be organized. Make it so pretty much at any day of the week somebody can come into your home and you can just be like, yeah, isn't this great? Don't I look fantastic? Isn't this a wonderful energy to be in? And it's not a fucking disaster because I wasn't expecting you. I'm not saying that every day of the week, every hour of the day, you're going to have all your shit together. None of us do. But I'm saying overall, more so than not, if you put yourself in that position to be like you're in a relationship, even though you're not in a relationship, then that energy is already going on around you. You're already cooking meals for yourself as if there was two people there. You're already pampering yourself. You're giving yourself the little gifts. You're buying yourself flowers. You're doing the things that you would want somebody else to do for you or to motivate you to do for yourself and for them. So that's step number 4. And it takes some, the ball to start moving and get rolling in that sense for you to get used to doing it that way. And I've been doing this for a long time. And it just becomes second nature after a while. You with yourself in that way is, you don't even think about it being that way anymore. It just is that way. It just is. So anyway, so those are the 4 steps. Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for joining. So does anybody have any questions there on YouTube or here in the chat? Let me give a heart here, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Nope. Okay. So if there's any questions, you can, put it in the chat or, ask it. You can come on as well. Let me shut that. So anyway, so those are the four steps. So let's review real quick. So step number 1, get to my page here on my computer. You want to be committed. You want to have faith that what you desire is going to be cultivated for you. Number 2, ask yourself what you want in somebody else, how they are, what their attributes are. Remember, these aren't necessarily the material or the physical. This is their personality, their energy, their habits, their strengths, maybe their weaknesses, be realistic about it too, but also how they are with you, what they do for, how they evoke energy and feelings in you, those types of things. Okay. Now, number 3, be the qualities that you want in somebody else. Be the qualities you want in somebody else. You want somebody put together, successful, healthy, then be those things too. Don't be a hot mess seeking somebody to clean you up because they're clean. And then last one, we just got done talking about number 4, feel the love you want in a relationship, cultivate it for yourself, literally romance and date yourself, have a relationship with you, treat yourself in the way that you would as if you're in a relationship already. Just the difference is You're in the relationship with you versus somebody else to evoke those feelings, behaviors and habits in your life that somebody else would come in and do once they're in your life. You don't need that person. You're doing it, and just know that having this idea that you're creating this space for yourself, all of this from 1 to 4, and anything else you might think of to add to it. You can also do a vision board to help with this. Cut out pictures of people and coupled situations and feel the energy of that. And whatever else you have connected to that. You can do either an online vision board like on Pinterest, or you can do one fit in the physical that you put together. So whichever, and Pinterest I think is the best one to use just because it's made for that. So you can pull in images from Pinterest itself or other places, and call it your divine union vision board, and have fun with that. That would be the last step. Step number 5 is to create a vision board of everything, to really bring it into the physical. So there you go. Those are the 4 and 5 steps, 4 and 5 steps for all of that. Okay, so no questions, no comments. All right. So what we're going to do now is get into the oracle. Just give me a second here. Okay, I think we're going to go here with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Get our message for this. And this is a general message for us all. Whatever extra messages for us to really take in regards to bringing in soul family unions into our lives, to magnetize that to whatever we need to work on, to be aware of, all that business. Oh, let me show you the deck. I don't know if I showed you the deck. That's the Mystical Shaman Oracle. We did work with this yesterday in one of the readings that I did on Instagram, and being guided to it today. I have many, so it took me there a second to tap in. I think it's just going to be this one card, but we shall see. I'm also, or did I not grab that? Grab it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oopsie. Alrighty. So I know you guys can't see this. Sorry about that, but I just make 2 stacks of the cards on my table and then tune in to see which one I'm going to go with. And then I just keep separating out from there. Halvesing it out and separating until we get to just a few cards, usually 6, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So we have our 2 piles here. Okay, going to go with the right side, and then it's like that, those many cards, and then I'm going to split them up again, put them next to each other. I go with the left side this time, split them up one last time. I'm going to go with the left side, I believe, again. And then we are left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 8 this time. 8 cards. So just one second here while I tune in and see which card we're going to go with. Okay, so I'm hearing card number 3. So it's a third card from on the top row, which is also card number 30. So it was third card. It was really funny too, because I very distinctly heard third card number 3. And then it turns out it's card number 30. You can see that. And there's the card. It's lightning. The lightning card. Just pure energy there. Really interesting that is the card that we got here for this. I'm really interested. I don't think I've ever seen this card. Yeah, don't think I have. So maybe I have. I think I have in a different shaman deck, but not this one. I love the colors, all the blues, the deep blues, the bright blues, the teals, the green there. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's hard to see it, but there is a person. If you guys can see the person, it's really faint, but it's like from head to like mid torso. Hopefully you guys can see that. I will post this on my Instagram, just like I did for the cards yesterday, but there is a person there, and that lightning ball is basically right here between is in like heart chakra to solar plexus chakra. So let's see what it says here about lightning. Whew, here we go. The essence. The formidable electric discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche. But there is a destructive side as well. The bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. The invitation. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with a new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift to awaken to the root of your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. The medicine. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this invitation release what is in the way, what's in the way of you fulfilling your life purpose. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. Oh my God, I love this. So while it doesn't speak directly to love, it does talk about igniting in you that energy for your destiny, for your passion within you. And this is what we just got done talking about. What is it like to be in love and romance, charged with yourself and not needing somebody to do that and to be there that for you? Hey, Khalif, you made it. You're locked in. Wonderful. Glad you're here. So tell me what you feel about this. Put it in the chat if that resonates with you. I absolutely love this card and the cards that we got yesterday in regards to this whole love thing, this making room for love and igniting this passion within yourself. I absolutely love this. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. Just that sentence is so powerful. And if you're here, whether live or you're going to watch the replay on either YouTube or Fireside, really take that in, because if you're here receiving that message, it's for you. Don't think that, oh, maybe this message isn't for me. It's absolutely for you. Amazing message. That card resonates for sure with me. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Karen. It definitely does for me. Just reading about it, I feel charged and energized. It feels really fantastic. I'll have you take another look at it. hopefully you can see that image of the person there. It is really, really faint, but it's there. And it's really more about feeling that charge within you. This is, I'm going to read it again. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energy to ignite you with new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift of awakening to take root in your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. So everything that we've talked about yesterday and today in regards to divine union, soul family, being, and this is to ignite, be passionate, be creative about this and how you're going to go about really thinking and anchoring this in for yourself. And then aside from everything else and everybody with this whole soul family thing, first really feel that for yourself and in what you're doing with you. And that last bit of the recipe number 4, which was feel like you already have that in your life. This is really going to help with that. This energy is really going to help with that. And really feel when it says the upper worlds are really pulling together their energy to ignite you with this. Claim it, accept it, receive it, take it. It's a gift where I think it actually says, gifted. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. And what I said at the very beginning was, why are we supported? What's it about, having faith or being supported that we're going to get what we want, that when we make wishes, we're going to receive those wishes? Well, if it's in alignment with your destiny and your passion, with what you're meant to do in the world, then that's a gift for the collective. And if that's what you're pouring yourself into, then we have all of the support in the world to do that. And one of those things would be finding partnerships, divine, soul mated, soul family partnerships. And because when we are united, again, one of those common sense things, but this works in love and spirituality as well. When we're united, we're so much stronger than when we're singular. I mean, I can do a lot on my own. I'm very powerful. But imagine 2 of me. Yeah? Imagine that. So I'm hearing double the fun. double the lightning, double the charge. Now imagine, okay, not too much, but imagine the love-making sex magic that comes from 2 charges like that exploding in passion between each other and how that resonates out in the world. I mean, we don't really spend a lot of time thinking of stuff like that, but I do. I'm shown that. And again, this is why I made the choices that I did so long ago to be pristine energetically, and not to be muted in any way with energies that didn't belong attached within me. And I cut cords and I did all the things that I needed to do to not have a thing, anything. Khalif says, I'm going to make this bigger so I can read it. Apparently not like that. All right, no, that is working. Oh, there it is. It's an awesome message. It lines up with Granny's message yesterday. Yes, it does. I accept this gift. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Khalif. I'm glad you accept this gift. Claim it. Everybody claim it. Because it's really being given to us. And that's really the way to anchor in any of these things that come through. It's kind of like, it's one thing to be given a gift. It's another thing to open up the gift and take ownership of it. So this is about opening up this gift and taking ownership of this. That this is the energy that's coming in. So beautiful. It's so positive. It's so supportive and reinforcing and motivating for all of this that we've been talking about. I absolutely love this message so much with all of this. I can feel the energy. I can feel that coming in. I absolutely love it. And it's just to be, and then again, it's kind of like, oh, wow. What I'm hearing is nobody's love, passion, desire in coupledom, whether it's romantic or platonic, is going to go wasted. I just heard that. So if you're not going to be open to receive, then it's going to go elsewhere. Because clearly you have work to do and you can't receive on that level. I hope that makes sense. It's not a threat and it's not a judgment. It's the truth. And it makes sense. Because let's say you're the one who's like, oh, I've got all this amazing energy. I set myself up for all this amazing, business to, welcome people in, soul family and soulmate, or however you want to put it, platonic, romantic. And we think that's just going to sit there and not be a gift for somebody to claim. No, absolutely not. It's going to be claimed. So vice versa as well. If you're not in a position to claim it and somebody else is doing that, then they're going to be magnetized to somebody else that is and being in alignment. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. I hope it does. Again, it's not a threat. It's just the truth. So when you claim all that and then you start moving and assuming yourself from that position, then all the doors open up, your heart opens up, and you receive what you give, and back and forth. So that can come in many different ways to get you set up for the people and person or people that are supposed to come and be magnetized to you, because that's what you're putting out. And that's what it's been for me, because I made that declaration. I decided that that's what it was going to be many years ago. And I started romancing me, loving, cherishing, adoring me, being how I am with other people, writing love notes, feeling, it may sound hooky dooky, but it was like I wasn't missing that aspect of my life because I was doing it for me and fully encouraged by my guides and guardians to do it. Buy that adorable little gift you want. Get those flowers. Get yourself that gift that or whatever that you would give to somebody else or would you want to give to you. Do all. And then other things would just happen. Gifts would show up, stuff, people, all these things would just has been pouring into my life ever since. And it's like, what? On such a level that I can't even begin to describe, because I took the lead in making that happen. Before I did that and before I had that whole thing happen in my life, it was never like that. Never. Because I didn't do it for myself. So the universe, the guides, the guardians, the magic, everybody couldn't get through because I wasn't ready to receive and to claim all that for myself. And I started doing it for me, then the universe started doing it for me too. And saying, we're going to do everything to support you. Like this card says, I've experienced this already. Like this card says, we're going to do everything to support you, to ignite all these things in you. So all those avenues, all those lanes can open up and more can pour in. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. And I can say it's real and it works because I've actually experienced this. I've been experiencing this for about 10 years now. It's been amazing. Karen says, I understand totally what you're saying. Makes absolute sense. Good, good, good. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is, kind of common sense. We just have to get ourselves to a certain understanding of thinking in that framework and that operating system to be able to be like, oh yeah, well shit, yeah, of course that makes sense. Of course that makes sense. But if that's not something you think about and you're, just doing your life, run of the mill, nothing special, I'm lonely, I'm unworthy, nobody loves me, nothing special happens to me, all of those things, then okay, yeah. Why would it? You're not doing it for yourself, then why would it happen for you from the outside in? It needs to happen and cultivate from the inside out. That energy hits everything in a 360 around you and goes out in a constant state with your heartbeat. So think about your heartbeat and think about every time your heart beats, this energy within you is being sent out. That's your soul song. So what does your soul song sound like? Is it the type of frequency people are going to lean into and go, I want more of that energy. I want to feel that more and more. Or is it like, oh boy, you know what that's like when you're around people you want to lean into, and what it's like to when you're around people that you like had enough in about 5 minutes. I'm out of here. Some of it is resonance too. We're not everybody's meant for everybody, regardless of what it is. We just have a different frequency. But generally speaking, think about that beat and what that beat is and how that's your frequency of your, what we call your soul song. What does your soul song sound like? What's the vibe? What's the frequency? And what's going out? And what's that connecting to? How do you feel about yourself? What are you cultivating within your own life? What are you welcoming in from the upper worlds down? What are you closed off from because, programming that says none of that is real and you're on your own and there is no greater meaning to life and nothing and nobody is helping you. You got to just, don't be in the clouds. Okay, well, if that's the truth for you, then that's the truth. That is the truth then, if that's the truth for you. Because then clearly you don't want the other things, so you don't get the other things because that's your truth. It's really interesting how that works. But that's how it works. So anyway, there we go, you guys. I hope that was great. I loved it. And again, I'm going to take a picture and post that on my Instagram if you want to take a look at that here in a little bit after we get off of here. Okay, now up next, you guys, is our spirit walk. I'm really excited about this because this is the big, aside from understanding what's all going on cosmically, aside from understanding the process with the steps 1 through 4, or actually 1 through 5 with the vision boarding, now comes in the active magic making to magnetize soul family to us. What is that? Heard something loud, but I'm not sure what it was. Okay, to magnetize soul family to us. And that's what we're going to be doing with this spirit walk meditation. So if you need to go to the bathroom, please do so. Light candles, have your crystals be, hopefully you're in a space that's quiet and not other people around or in a public space, stuff like that. If that is the case, then I would suggest that you wait to do the replay and do this later at a later time, because you want to be fully able to connect without distractions. So yeah, that's important. Okay. And This would probably be around 15-20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. I channel all these spirit walks, so I don't know what we're going to do. I never do. I might have some type of idea or a theme of what we're going to do, but I don't. I'm not the architect here. I'm the facilitator in the channel. And so that's about it. And time is, once we're in that space, time is a very different thing. So what feels like a half an hour there is an hour here. And the sense of time gets lost. When we travel and we do this work, it's a very dreamlike state. You will forget a lot of it. It won't feel like it when you're in it with me, but afterwards you will forget a lot and you won't think you did. But if you listen back to it, which I always guide people to do, in a awake, like, not that you're sleeping in meditation, but it's just a very different state of brainwave, and to be in a awake state fully without doing it to travel, so you can retain what is said and what happened there. That will help, for sure. And then another thing is definitely to do this as often as you can. I already know to tell you to do that, to help again and again and again work with yourself in this way. And then we're just going to, that'll be the end of the show, basically. We'll come back and, that has yet to, maybe we will, maybe we won't come back to see if there's if you guys want to share. I'm really not quite clear on that right now. But anyhow, we'll start here in just a minute. Just take a minute here to get settled, get into a place and state. If you want to turn off your lights, turn on candles, close the windows or the doors, or whatever you have going on to eliminate distractions to the best of your ability. I'm going to close my window. I'm going to turn off my fan because it's loud, and I will be without it for a little bit here while we do the meditation. Alrighty. Everybody ready? If you could let me know. Those of you I have more people on YouTube, but for those of you who are here on Fireside, let me know. Oh my goodness. Hi, it's Angela. It has been forever. Hey there, my dear. Nice to see you. You're coming in. It has been so long. Good to see you too. It has been forever. I'm actually just gonna, we're at the tail end of this live. We're gonna be doing the Spirit Walk meditation for bringing magnetizing divine union, soul family into our lives. So that's what we're getting into now. So I suggest definitely watching the whole feed leading up to this for sure. So you're kind of grounded in what we're doing here, but it's really, really great to see you. Okay, Karen is ready. Khalif, you still with me? Sean has probably gone. He usually just pops in and out. He says hi and then he'll bye. Hi, bye. Which is fine. I'm used to it. He's been doing it for years. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. I am going to play some frequency music, so give me just another second here. And for everybody, if you could just start taking some really controlled, slow, steady breaths in and out of. Oh, here goes yawning. When I start to get in this zone, we'll be yawning and ears popping and all sorts of stuff. To just get yourself in a good space with your breathing. Be in the seated position if you can, laying down if you absolutely have to, but I'd prefer it if you. Oh, I need to fix that. There we go. Okay. Where did my other window go? I lost it. That was really weird. Oh, there it is. I have too many tabs open. As always. I always have too many tabs. Okay, so. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. This is an 888 hertz open endless possibilities. 888 hertz. Bring miracles in your life, wealth, abundance, love, prosperity, all the good things. So perfect to go with us. I won't have it too loud because I don't like to compete with the music that I have on. It is 222. There you go. 222. Perfect energies for manifestation and magnetizing to us. So let's jump right in right now with this 222 here in the Pacific. So eyes closed, everybody. Kind of acclimate here to everybody coming in. It's really intense again. Archangels present, Mother Gaia present. Well, archangels are always present, but they're just coming through. Really putting this beautiful divine circle of light from the archangels around you. Everybody who is doing this spirit walk, we're starting here real intense, like from the very beginning, just jumping right in with the archangels in a formation, a circle around you. They are, I would say, 3 to 4 feet away from you at the center. So not right on you, but not too far away from you. Just make sure that your spine is straight, your shoulders are back, you're not leaning too far forward or too far back. So you're over your pelvis and your hips, engaging with your abs so your back, your lower back doesn't strain and get tired. Nice and straight and connected with your body. Shoulders back, chin up. I receive. Well, actually, it's I release and I receive. Real short, real powerful. Comes up again and again in our spirit walks. I release and I receive. So what you're releasing is tension, tightness. I'm hearing inflexibility, being, too right edged about what is around you. We want to have a nice rounded spherical edge about our beingness, no right angles. So we have flow, So let the energy of the archangels that are around you in a circular formation allow for their energy to flow to you. And they're also directing that their energy directly up, creating a vortex and a light portal for you. Those of you who have light gates in your home, who've worked with me, who've done this light gate business, obviously you know to be in that and connected to it. And it's really going to supercharge through your light gate. For those of you who do not, just ground in your space. See it lit up all around you with this energy. We're creating kind of this like funnel going out from under you and around you and up, opening up this, basically this portal of divine light to be able to come down like a funnel above you, infinitely going up, up, up. If you can envision that, that's great. Or just know that it's there. You might start feeling tingly, start feeling warm, start feeling pressure. Ears might pop, might get tingles on your skin, or any of those things definitely happen here. Just welcome all that in. Again, I release and I receive. Please be conscious to have a nice, easy, breezy smile on your face at this time. Not too serious, people. Remember in yesterday's messages, this life is serious, but it's also play. Consider this play time, having centered inward time with yourself, opening up to your guides and guardians. And everybody is connected and has the energy around them of the archangels. So what they're telling me now is really creating this openness in around you. We'll get deeper into that in a second here, but we're going to start in the environment. Remember, we talked about what it's like in your environment to have a space that is one other people want to be in. Free of negative energy, free of charges from the past and cords connected to negative situations or experiences, stuff like that, or just things being stagnant. Excuse me, body is reacting here. Just things being stagnant, in a stasis kind of mode. And I'm feeling with some people here, things have just been kind of status quo. What it's been is what it's been is what it's been. And it's kind of like we need some fresh air up in here. And that's going to be in the form of energy being cleared in and around your space. So think about from where you are in your entire space, from the front door to the back door, if there is one, all the windows, all the doors, any wall that's, an exterior wall, and within your home, your structure, all levels, all layers, from basement to attic, if you have them. If this is a structure that you're living in that is like apartment style or condominium style where you share walls with other people, we're going to first work in your space. So we're not going to spend too much time here, but really quickly, just imagine you know what your space looks like, and imagine that space being filled with light and all the stagnant energy and anything that's connected there that is stagnant in the energy, that it's getting pushed out, that it's getting transmuted with this beautiful light from the archangels, taking over everything. So it's basically like the sunlight in your house hitting everything at the same time. Like, when the sun comes through a window and it's lighting up everything, you're like, wow, look at that. It's impossible for that to be everywhere all at once in your house, everywhere, even in the closet, even in the pantry, even in the fridge, even under the sink in the bathroom. People, I want you to imagine every space in your home, your sacred space, being lit up with this light, as strong as the sun, as creative and abundant, as giving and light and life affirming as the sun energy is what the archangels are bringing into your home right now. Every square inch of it, from floorboard to upper corners, ceiling. So imagine every ceiling, the whole ceiling, the structure of it. So the ceiling, the walls, the interior walls, all around your windows, every single surface in your home, lighting up with this beautiful light to clear and clean out energy in and around you. And see that being also happening with you. All of this light, sunlight on every side of you. Again, not something that can normally happen, right? You're either front facing or back facing or side facing the sun. You might get reflection here and there. Imagine the sun in a 360 circle around you, because that is what's happening with these archangels. And that's the energy that they're producing to come towards you and in you and within you. Think about that, just igniting you, igniting you, igniting you. See your entire space lit up with this energy. See your salt shaker. See your shampoo bottle. See the shirt that's hanging in your closet. See your pillow. See your sheets. Everything. See your plants and your flowers. See the water running, coming out of the faucets, being lit up with this beautiful energy. Pure, divine. 100% positive, 100% filled with love, everything in your environment, everything. And just spend a moment here taking yourself through your home and looking at everything lit up with this beautiful light, and see yourself as well. So I'm going to be quiet here for a minute. We're going to do this together, starting now. Oh yes, see your pets lit up as well. Don't forget to breathe. Easy, steady breaths in and out of the nose. So beautiful, so pure, so divine, heavenly. This feeling of peace and comfort coming through. And most especially, love. So much love for you coming through here. Now let's get into the body and for your environment. And like I said, for if you, whatever structure you're in, if you share walls with other people, other apartments and things, just let that energy soak through your ceiling, your walls, into the entire structure of what is your home, or what your home is attached to. And just know that it's going through everything, and eventually it's going to take over the entire outer walls and structures and ceiling and roof and everything, whatever that looks like for you in your home, specifically in the structure of your home. So if you were to stand outside of the structure of your home or your building that you live, whatever it is, you're going to see the entire thing lit up with this beautiful golden light. Okay, now back to you in your body. Remember, the reason why we're here and why we're doing this is to magnetize divine soul family relationships to us in every way and shape and form. So romantic, platonic collaborations, business partnerships, that we have those relationships with soul family. It's just going to be so much sweeter to reunite with your soul family on all of these levels. And take a moment here to think maybe about the people, situations, experiences, and stuff that may have come into your life that is not that, and you know is not that. And you're like, yeah, that's not it. And maybe you didn't, haven't thought about stuff like this before, and who is going to come in. Sometimes we're surprised by people just showing up out of nowhere, and they may or may not be soul family, but we can certainly recognize the difference. And really what that is just this comfort, this knowingness. I just feel like I know you. I feel like I love you. I'm so happy that we're together again. I feel like I've been around you for forever. Those types of relationships, or this closeness, this bond that we can have with people that we just met or whatever. We feel very supportive of them. We want to lift them up. We want to let them help us where we don't let most people help us probably. We don't divulge our innermost feelings to most people, but to these people really quickly, we will, and we do, and we have. And that's the difference between soul family and not soul family. And we all know what that's like on a platonic and a romantic level as well. I would say each of us have at least one example of both that we've experienced this with, and to really think about that. That's why we're here. We're here to create a space, to have the intention to magnify and magnetize ourselves, our soul song, our frequency. And also what's coming through here is the motivation, the ignition of energy with bringing back into your mind's eye that card that we just got from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, the lightning card, the ignition of the passion, the creativity, the willingness, and the motivation to do you on a soul-based level, to be in alignment with your soul purpose and your soul missions, whatever they are. And it doesn't matter if you yet don't know what they are, or you feel that you're not, on that road or whatever it is. Trust me that you are, but trust me when I say that when you decide that you're going to take this in and accept this gift, really claim it, like we talked before about this being the method, the steps to really ignite this energy around you, like a beacon, like a light, like a lighthouse on the ocean shore, calling in the ships that's meant to come. This is where we're at here. So even in the density and fog and through the darkness, the light can be seen and felt. We all have an infinite capacity for receiving and for giving love. We can never get too much, and we can never give too much of it. Love is at the heart and the center of what we are. It's our life force as human beings, the ignition of our heart and how it beats, what pumps the blood through our veins, is all with the core essence of love. That is the essence of what your soul is, the infinite light energy, infinite love light energy of your soul, of what is the energy that makes you an alive being. versus somebody who's dead is the charge of your soul within your body, and your charge of that soul is pure love. So right now I want you to think about that funnel that was created by the archangels at the very beginning here, this big funnel of light, and what that is above and what that can pour in. And I want you to receive an infinite amount of love energy pouring down in through all of your beingness. Last week we had a waterfall to help clear us, help heal us. And today it's just this pouring of love energy. So let it pour in straight from Mother, Father, God. The center of everything from source is love. That's what all of this is about, is love. Everything started with love. It's going to continue with love. It's going to grow with love, just like you are. First, we need to receive love. The purest, most divine love coming in for us now. Lift your hands up, lift your arms up, tilt your head all the way back, open up your heart center, really receiving, like as though it is water pouring down, and you're just leaning back and you're just right in the heart. Just pour it right into your heart. Open up your body and receive this beautiful energy and soak it all in through your beingness. Feel that. So anything that's not in resonance with just pure love energy, see it transmuting, leaving the body. So anything of a negative charge that isn't in pure alignment with love, let it go. Any pain, resentment, heartache, longing, sadness, all of any of those things, judgment, pain, shame, all the things that can keep us from feeling and receiving love. Choose now to receive it from the most divine, highest level, upper level sources of love. Our divine creators, Mother, Father, God, literally pouring this down to us and through the Archangels portal that they've created for us. And thank you. We're so incredibly blessed to receive. And let it pour directly down into your heart chakra, and let that go up into your throat, up into your third eye, up into your crown, down into your solar, down into your sacral, down into your root, through your legs, all the way down to your feet, through your chest and your shoulders, your back, your spine. Light it up through your arms and your hands. Remember, we heal through love. We cut cords through love. The mechanism of everything of the light is through love. But first, we need to receive that, hold it, and let it be the driving force of everything we do, everything we think, every motivation, every creative thought, every alignment and unification with anything that is outside of us. May it be magnetized through love, first and foremost, always. And through that, we will always feel this support that we're feeling now. There's no way around it. This is how that faith comes in so easily, How could you not have faith when you're feeling all this love and you know that it is true and you feel it all around you and within you, pouring down into you directly from Mother, Father, God, supported by this beautiful portal that the Archangels created? All of your ancestors coming through now as well, supporting you in this lifetime, lifting you up. They're with you. They love you. You are your own ancestors. Remember that as well. Let it overflow within your beingness. Think about your emotional body being just doused with this love, filled up with this love. Your energetic body, covered and layered and saturated, dripping with this love. Your spiritual body. The beautiful sacred matrix of your Merkaba glistening with this love. And your physical body. See yourself in front of a mirror and see the love radiating from every pore. See your eyes light up. And see when you smile that energy is just coming out of you like the brightest light you could ever see, immeasurable in its power. And breathe here, nice and steady, nice and deep, bringing that breath all the way in, anchoring this energy throughout your entire body. Okay, so next step here. And Gaia is coming in. I am your great mother, Gaia, supporting you in everything that you do. I love you dearly and always have through all of your incarnations. So happy to be here with you now. Thank you for allowing the love to be a part of you in such a deep and profound divine way. You are a pillar of creation, meant to create, meant to love, and meant to create through love. This is how I create the flowers and the bees and the trees and the fish and the soil and the wind and the fire and all of you. I am the connecting force through the abundance matrix, sending one to the other and connecting you all together. So see within your heart center the capacity to extend what you have within you and shoot that out in every direction. Imagine fireworks coming from you, lifting up light balls of love going out in every direction around you, throughout and around my body, all over, sending your soul song connected to the abundance matrix, the crystalline abundance matrix within my body. See these balls of love light lifting up and out of you, directly from your center, from the top of your head, from your heart as well, going out in every direction. Send them far, all the way around to the opposite side of where you are upon my body. Just know that they will land where they are meant to land. Your resonance, your frequency, touching down, igniting those soul family members from all around the world that you're meant to connect to, that are meant to connect with you. And then the next layer a little bit closer, and the next layer a little bit closer. And just keep on sending them out. I will catch them. I will hold them. I will pull them into my body, down into the abundance matrix, connected to the crystalline grid, reflected above my body right before our atmosphere turns into space. So all of this energy is within me and reflected and mirrored up and around my entire body, going out in a 360 to the multiverse. For each and every one of you, keep sending those balls of love all the way until each layer gets closer and closer to you at your center, meaning you're all the way maybe 200 miles away, and then closer and closer and closer until these love light balls are just outside your door, just outside your structure. And if you were to take your consciousness and be all the way out past the atmosphere where the satellites are, you would see all of these lines of light going out in all these different directions and landing in all of these different places. All of your love light, balls of light, and the streaks of light that they intersect with each other. Not just for those of you who are here with me now, but those of you who will be doing this later on. And when you do this again and again, multiplying this energy over and over again, sending this love into the world, into the collective, affecting your soul family to be ignited with that love, to be motivated and supported with that love. They may not understand it. They may not know it on a conscious level within their logical, awakened human brain and mind. But within their soul and within their energy, they will feel this. Know that. Have faith in that. This is how you create the magnetism to you, is by igniting it within themselves, lifting them up already with your love. Lift up your soul family with your love. You don't need to know them. You don't need to see them. Their names are irrelevant. Their stories will be told to you when you meet. But for now, all you need to know is that they are your family. The entire human collective is your family. Of course, you're sending your love to the entire collective, but specifically to your soul family, to ignite them, to lift them up into remembrance of you and your essence, to be magnetized to you at the divine right moment in time that is best suited for both and all, forever and always. Your intent first to receive all the love and then to send it out, to have the intention that you freely give your love to your soul family without knowing anything about them, without knowing who they are, without ever the promise to meet them individually. You'll meet the ones you're meant to meet. Some will come and stay and some will come and go. All of it purposeful in your journeys to your soul purpose and missions. I and we are here solely to support that, to cultivate and motivate, to propagate, stimulate all of the energy that is being sent through and to you by Mother, Father, God. I hold within myself first, and I give it to you to multiply through and to the entire human race collective, and then anchor it in with your specific soul family members. This has always been meant to be. Dear ones, you here with me in these moments of magic, love, and light. I thank you for being here with me. I thank you for caring for me. Please know, as you care for the environment right outside your door and the environment as a whole, in whatever way that you can, to help heal me and my body, the very air and water that you and all of the animal kingdoms need to survive and to thrive and to evolve and to grow. We are one. We are one family, all of us together. I support you. You support me. We work to bring each other together. We work to bring you closer to yourself, your awareness, your evolution, your divine connections, your remembrance of who and what you are, so you may be the life force, pillar of creation upon my body within this life that you are leading right now to the fullest capacity that you possibly can. That is my promise to you, to support you in every way possible. I am your Mother Gaia, and I love you now and forever and for always. I thank you for being here with me yet again in this incarnation. I know it has not been easy, but you are deeply loved. And I wish to have a greater relationship with you from wherever it is now. Talk to me. I am with you. Lean on my trees, smell my flowers, connect with all of the animals. They are me. I come to you in so many ways. Bring me into your home in the form of plants and trees and flowers and anything of nature. Crystals and flower essences and oils and plant medicines. They are for you. They are my gifts to you. Treat yourself. Bring them into your home. Bring them into your body. Love yourself with what I have to give you. They are my gifts to you for now and for always. Again, I thank you for being here with me. I am your Mother Gaia. I hold you and support you now and forever. Thank you, beautiful Mother Gaia. So beautiful, so powerful. So what I'm seeing now, everybody, is you to just be there in this space with yourself in this beautiful golden bubble of light all around you. Let this love continue to pour in. Continue to feel those streaks of light and those light balls of love that you sent out everywhere and intersecting with each other's and just charging up each other's, and just be in this space. I'm being told, no, we're not going to come back and have a chat. What we need to do is just cut this off here, and to all of us, just be in this space for ourselves as long as you can, please, as long as you can. Just feel this, really tap into this, do and repeat this as much as you possibly can. I don't believe it's too long, so you can do it again and again easily. And really bring in this love. You cannot, again, have too much love within you, and you cannot, again, send too much love out. It's infinite in its capacity. You're infinite in your capacity to receive and to give. And may you do that freely from this moment on, as much as you possibly can. I thank you all for being here with me. And once you're done, just move slowly, drink a big glass of water, go outside if you can. If it's light, soak in some sunlight, really anchor that into your body as soon as you can tomorrow. If it's nighttime for you, get in some sunlight, really feel that, anchor that in, talk to Gaia, connect with yourself, and know that you did everything you could right now and in the future to help support, love, and of course, magnetize soul family to you from your soul song and that love that you sent out. And until next time, dear ones, infinite love and blessings to you. Don't forget, the key is to create. And of course, I love you already. Bye for now.